All right, so I will go ahead and start a little bit since there's two of you on here really that are students. I think I might turn it into some questions if you logged in for a certain thing. But I will go ahead and I guess introduce myself real quick. I'm Shane Britt. I'm the Dean of Student Experience here. I'm based on the Beloit campus. Also do work on the Hayes campus as well. So my big role, especially on the Beloit campus, is housing. And that is kind of a good chunk of what we're going to talk about today. I'm coming to you live from one of the housing buildings on campus here in Beloit. So I'll give you a tour here in a little bit. Really wanted to spend this evening just kind of going over a couple things coming up as we gear up for the start of the school year, which, remember, the first day of class is August 21st. Okay, so that's kind of our big date here. I will announce as of 6:30 this evening. I put it on Facebook and all the social media stuff. Housing assignments are open. You can view them now. I finished them up, so you can log into your Techno. Make sure that when you log into Techno that you select your fall 23 session, fall 2023 session. Across the top, when you log into your Techno, it will give you a few drop-down items. You go to admin and click that little down button, and then it'll give you more options. You click My Housing, and that is where you'll see exactly where you're living. Your new college address here. So what building and apartment you're in, and then the name and contact information for your roommates. Okay. So that is available now. The last step of all that is to contact your roommates. Okay. So you're going to have their contact information. I know it's an awkward conversation to have at first, to reach out and be like, hey, I'm your roommate. But you need to have that, break that ice, and start having conversations as to, if you've got a couch you're going to bring, tell them that, or, hey, I've got the big screen TV, I can bring that. Start having those conversations so not everybody comes in here on move-in day with a big couch or those sorts of things. So start having those conversations. Move-in day is August 19th on the Beloit campus. We will start at 9 a.m. And run until 4 p.m. You can come and go during that time. So whatever time works best for you or your folks, whoever's bringing you, anytime between 9 and 4 on Saturday the 19th. So, and that's when we will check in at the student union. You'll come in, you'll get your keys, you'll make sure that you're good with the admissions process and your bill pay. And if you order books and have them sent here, you can pick up your books then. Really, we'll have kind of a one-stop shop in our student union conference room on the 19th. And then you will meet your resident assistant, and they will bring you over to the apartment that you're living in and get you checked in, and then you can get settled in. So when it comes to the housing piece, is there any questions other than what does it look like? I'll give you a tour here in a minute, but Gunnar or Colby, do you guys have any questions as of right now? Anything I can tell you about? And if not, that is totally fine.
I don't have any at this moment, but I can email you, correct?
Absolutely. My email, just so you know, and if you don't have it, it is sbritt@ncktc.edu. Shoot me an email. I will be totally honest. Tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. I'm leaving for vacation for a week, so it might be touch and go with email for a week. But as soon as I get back, I will message you. So, yeah, you can also reach out to your admissions counselor at this point too if you got some random questions about Yeah, Trisha put my email there in the chat. So if you got random questions about buying your books or tools or anything like that, we'll have other sessions coming up here in the next few weeks. Or your admissions counselor or myself or anybody can help you out. So good question. I will go ahead and give you a tour real quick. I'm going to flip my camera, maybe. Well, letting somebody else in here. Okay, so I am actually in building 4. Okay, so this building, as if you're familiar with or remember how the housing is set up, I am on the far east side of the housing area. And so this is the front door. This is where you walk in. And I am also upstairs, just so you know. So in the hallway, you would come up the stairs. There's an apartment across the hall. This is 4D. You walk in, and you walk in right away to your living room area. You notice it is totally empty right now. So this would be a space up to you and your roommate. Again, that's why I tell you to contact your roommates to fill this space. So there's plenty of space here for a couch. You put a couch across there, a recliner, that sort of thing. We do have cable hookup here. So great space then for your TV. So living room that then flows into kind of a kitchenette area. So in that, what I provide for you is a full-size stove. I give you a microwave, plenty of counter, well, not a lot of counter space, a lot of cupboards, storage space, a sink, and then refrigerator, and in most cases, tables and chairs. So I will be honest, as they break or they wear out or we get rid of them, I'm not replacing them. So most of them have them still, some do not. So this is your back door that I'll show you here in a second. Again, off the living room area, there's a closet space. And then bathroom in here. I did not turn the slide on here. So bathroom then is, this is one we've gone through and redone some of the bathrooms. As we've gone through, we have not been putting bathtubs back in. They've been walk-in showers. So everything definitely has a shower. Some still have a bathtub in them. But vanity, toilet, and then your bathtub, shower, whatever you got in your room. There's always 2 doors. One is always like your PTAC unit, your HVAC stuff, and then closet space, more storage for you. So then bedrooms. In the bedroom, there's always going to be 2 beds. All right. With the beds, I'm going to show you, you can kind of see this pretty well. This one is higher than that one. The beds are raisable up and down. They're also bunkable. So, this one can go on top of the other one. You can kind of see these pegs that holds it in. So if you were to bunk the beds, I would probably bunk this one on top of that one. And then you've got all this space for activities, right? So closets. Each room has 2 closets, so each person has their own. All the bedrooms also have a built-in chest of drawers, so you can kind of split those with your roommate. I also encourage you, just for storage of clothes or whatever, going to wherever you shop, Walmart, Target, wherever, the stackable drawers that you can get, they fit great in the closet space. They also fit really good if you go up with the bed just a little higher. They fit under the bed really nicely. So you could put that stuff there. In the bedrooms as well, I mean, of course, you got outlets, that sort of thing. All through housing, and really all campus-wide, We have quality internet. So you've got wireless internet in your apartments. Again, same setup is just mirrored on this side here. So closets, chest drawers, beds. You've got thermostat, so we do have central heat and air in the apartments. You don't have to worry about the window units or being too hot or too cold. You got that available to you. I will, since we are on the far east side of campus, you got a good view. I actually live on campus as well. That is my house, but if you look, I'm on my phone, I can't make mine much bigger, but if you look, you can see my garage. If you look to the left of my garage, that is where our laundry facility is. So we've got 5 washers, 5 dryers, so you can do laundry there. You also see a little hut looking thing out there. That is where your mailbox is. So each apartment has a mailbox that they can share. So all of your mail with your roommates will go to the same box. You'll get a key to that on move-in day as well. If you look kind of behind, the screen's kind of getting in the way there. Behind that little hut, I think you can see, and we have a hammock area. So you can bring your own hammocks. We've got a few out there right now that you're able to use. Great hangout space. And then kind of the field off over yonder is our intramural field. So when we talk about activities and I talk about the intramural field, that's where it is, just the north of the campus housing. Within that space too, we also have a 4-hole golf course. I don't know if you can see it from this angle or not, but our neighbors to the south is Sonic. So out your back door, is our courtyard area. So we got some picnic tables, nice grassy spot. You're able to bring a grill as long as it is either pellet or propane. No charcoal, please. But you're able to stick some of those like on the backside of the buildings. Especially when you get here in August, through the fall before it gets cold, and then again in the spring. I mean, everybody's out here, playing cornhole. They're throwing footballs around. They're grilling. They're hanging out, that sort of thing. So definitely an area that is used quite a bit. All right, so that's kind of housing in a nutshell as far as what it looks like. Any questions about that?
Shane, we gained 2 people after you had started kind of walking around. Do you want to just real briefly talk to them about what you said at the beginning of housing assignments are out?
Yeah, housing assignments dropped at 6:30 tonight. So you can log into your Techno account. Make sure when you log into that Techno that you are selecting the fall of 23 session. And then you go across the top and it's got several options across the top. You hit the one that says admin. It'll give you another little drop down area, and then you select my housing. In the my housing area, you'll see your housing assignment, who you're living with. So your new college address. So what building and apartment you're in, and then the contact name and contact information of the folks that you're going to live with. So I will also say that right now the housing assignments are done, but they're subject to change. If anybody pops in, that hasn't done a housing app yet, you might get a new roommate, or somebody that is currently on that list might decide they're going elsewhere, or moving to our Hayes campus or whatever. So just be checking back often. I would say maybe once a week, just hop in there, make sure things haven't changed for you. So that's the way they are right now. I could still move you a little bit. I could pop new people in. So just be flexible, but they're out there. So it gives you a starting point here. Any questions as of right now? Do I have anybody on here from the Hayes campus? Okay. All right. If not, the Hayes, they've got a whole different, Fort Hayes does their housing if you're going to live on campus. And Trisha, I believe we said Fort Hayes has released theirs as well, correct?
Yes, I did see that they have sent out emails as well. Mhm.
Okay. So if you or somebody you know going to Fort Hayes or going to the Hayes campus, living on Fort Hayes campus, let them know they are available as well. So they can check their email, their Fort Hayes email. As far as I think, activities, that's the big piece. Obviously, housing is important. That's great. We want to get you moved in here. Want to get you, set up great for the first day of school. But once that first day starts, on my end of the world, we're going to start with some orientation stuff. Dean Jamie Owens on this chat as well. Her and I, we're going to, along with a bunch of other staff, faculty, are going to put you through a few days of orientation. You will, that first day of school, that Monday, you will go to class to your program space. And more communication will come out about all this schedule, but we will have you go to your class that first morning. Then throughout the week, we'll have times that we'll break you out of that program space. We'll get you together with other people who are new students like you, and kind of do some training stuff, where are things at? How do I do this thing? Type and have some fun, connect you with people. Really the first, I would say 2 months is going to be a lot of fun stuff, trying to get you, making sure that you're not just sitting in your apartment or sitting in your house off campus or at home with your folks, whoever you're living with, and being bored for that time. So we want to get you connected. We want to have activities that are going to get you out, having fun, meeting people, connecting, having a good time. So we will do that by starting off with what we call the Trailblazer 20. I talked about that during your registration day. We will have something, at least one thing a day, every day for the first 20 days of class. I guess this is September 19th. So we will have something, we've got a bunch planned. We've got a snow cone truck coming in. We'll do a pool party. We're gonna try a faculty and staff versus student kickball game again. We will kick off our program cup on both campuses, which is a fun competition between all the programs. Welding is currently the reigning champions of the program cup, so they've got their title to defend this year. But we will kick that off the first week as well. Ice cream socials, watermelon feeds. We'll start some intramurals. We'll start flag football. We'll do dodgeball right off the bat. And then I know we'll start some academic stuff too. Some study skills stuff, time management stuff, which I think Jamie will talk about in a different session as well. But we'll start, getting some of those habits created for you as well outside the classroom. So keep using, I guess if you haven't used it since registration day, get in and use it now. But MyTrail, the MyTrail app, make sure that you are using that. Check it out. Make sure that you are, remembering how to log into everything, checking out your email, checking out the posts that are in there, and you can start connecting with people. In that community tab on MyTrail, you can start seeing who else is using the app, making friends, kind of like you do on Facebook. You can start becoming friends and start messaging each other. So that might be a good way to reach out to your roommates as well. And start having some of those conversations. But yeah, make sure that you're doing that, and then get familiar with the other tiles on there. We've got stuff about Beloit and Mitchell County, or Hayes and Ellis County on the Hayes side of things. So make sure that you start doing that, and just getting acclimated to the waters that you're jumping into here. So any questions at this point? And Trisha, anything that I need to talk about, jump in as well.
This was a while back, but you mentioned that there would be internet in the housing units. Would there be internet elsewhere on campus as well?
Absolutely. Everywhere on campus. Wireless internet all throughout. In the different buildings on campus, I'm thinking specifically your program spaces, and the Student Success Center. I think those are the main ones that would also have desktop computers. So if you didn't want to use your phone or whatever, or your laptop, we got computers available in labs or in the Student Success Center area that you can use as well. Yeah, I would say just about every area on campus is covered by Wi-Fi. I will also throw out something I'm thinking spaces on campus. Our student union on the Beloit campus, that is a space that also has our cafeteria in it. That's the space, if you came to the Beloit campus for registration day, that's where you checked in and we met first in that conference room. So that's the building I'm talking about now. So you got your cafeteria. So if you live on campus, you're getting 14 meals a week. Monday through Thursday is breakfast, lunch, supper, and then Friday is breakfast and lunch. We're closed Friday evening, closed on the weekends. But you got a meal plan there. If you live off campus, you're able to still eat. You can pay per meal, or you can go put money on your account in our admin building. And then it'll act as like a declining balance. So each time you swipe that card, it's just taking the dollar amount off of it. So yeah, whether you live on or off campus, cafeteria is a great option for you. Great food. Most everything that they make in there is homemade. The chicken fried steaks, it's not just that they open a box and fry them up. I mean, they're hand battering everything, making the desserts by hand. It's all super good food. Full salad bar every day as well. Once winter comes, we'll have soup options every day as well. And one of those things, if you got something, one of your favorite foods, or you got mom's recipe to something, you can give it to Kelsey and the ladies in there, and they would be more than happy to make it for you. So you got the cafeteria and the student union. You also have the game room. That is, our student lounge that's full of 2 pool tables. We just got a brand new ping pong table in there. We have foosball. We have 2 big screen TVs. One of the TVs is set up so you can bring, whatever gaming system you want to come over with. So if you want to bring an Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you use, you can bring that over. Board games in there as well. Kind of a lounge kind of off of it that the door closes, so you can study in there. You can play board games in there. You can, whatever you're needing to do in there, more of a quiet space in there if you need it. So it also connects. That's also where my office is, and our admissions counselors and Julie, our student activities coordinator. We are all housed in the union as well. And that is then connected to our wellness center and our gym. So as a student here, you also get a membership to our wellness center. It's part of your fees that you pay. So you have access to that anytime the union is open. So from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. Weekdays, and then the weekends, I believe the union is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you're able to get in there and utilize all the workout equipment, your cardio equipment, your weight equipment. There's an indoor track. I believe it's 20 laps make a mile in the track. We have a spin cycle room. We have a racquetball courts. We have the actual gym itself then that has, obviously you can do the basketball or pickleball, those sorts of things in there. And then we have our pool, our indoor pool. It is a lane pool, so you can swim laps, that sort of thing in there. There's also a very large hot tub in there as well. So you can soak after a long day of class. So any questions?
If you have a question and maybe just don't want to ask it out loud, you can always put something in the chat as well, and we can answer you on there if that makes you feel more comfortable.
Absolutely. So I'll kind of switch gears because I see some names. I'm not sure if you're Hayes or Bliss. I'm going to talk Hayes just a moment here. So again, the housing assignments at Fort Hayes are open, so check your email. We will also start the Trailblazer 20 and orientation, same sort of setup on our Hayes campus starting the first day of school on the 21st. Again, same sort of activities will happen on both campuses that I just talked about. But something different with the Hayes campus is the Hayes campus students get a Tiger card. And so they have full access to everything for Hayes State University, except two things. You cannot go to class over there, which you're going to be going to class for us, so you don't need to do that. And then the other thing is you cannot be a collegiate athlete. So you can't be on the football team or on the softball team or anything like that, but you can take advantage of the intramural sports. And so they do the same sort of things we do as far as having flag football or having 3-on-3 basketball, those sorts of things. So our students over there can join any of the clubs or organizations on the Hayes campus, on the Fort Hayes campus. Greek life, they can join fraternities, sororities, those sorts of things over there. Also the wellness center in the Fishley Wills building, whether it be cold and flu season, you need to go see somebody, because you're not feeling great, you don't have the time or energy to go back home. You can go over there for a doctor's appointment and, see a provider over there. Also mental health providers over there, their counseling services are great. And they can get you in and see over there. Again, any help that you need getting into those services, we can help you out over there as well. Myself or Daniel Hill, Daniel is my coordinator on the Hayes campus. So, he'd be able to help you with any questions you have regarding anything, student experience on the Hayes campus as well. Library services, tutoring, all those career services. We will actually have, some of those folks from Fort Hayes that come onto the Hayes campus with us when we go around to some of the program spaces and talk about what we got going on. They will do the same with us. So what's happening at Fort Hayes. During orientation, we will take our Hayes campus students over to Fort Hayes and show them where the buildings are, how to, check things out, where to, go for intramurals or go for tutoring or counseling services, all that stuff. So we will do all that in orientation. Just trying to think, anything I'm missing, Trisha?
I don't think so. I think you covered most of it.
Okay. I was thinking there was one thing I needed to swing back about Beloit, and I don't remember what it was. Again, I would just be watching your My Trail for sure. Join us on Facebook. So we have an NCK Tech Student Experience Beloit page, and then we have NCK Tech Student Experience Hayes page. So we post, again, a lot of information. It's a great place that, have your parents join that group. That's a great way for them to see a lot of the information. And then pictures. We're taking pictures all the time, whether it's my staff or my RAs or, our marketing director or whoever. We're taking a bunch of pictures all the time. So those are good pages to see some of those pictures. We also have our main page, which is just North Central Kansas Technical College. So you can like that on pretty much all platforms, from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, those sorts of things. So Twitter. Any questions? Any questions in the chat there?
No. Nope, I don't think so. They don't have anything.
Okay. I guess they just answered everything for you, so that's great. Well, our next session, Trisha, you want to tell them about that?
Yes, it is next Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. and we will be covering the topic of, let me look, I can't remember which one is next Thursday. It will be financial aid and billing. So bills are finalized as of July 1st. And so here in a couple of days, you can log into your Techno and look at your finalized bill and pay for it. So next Thursday is a great one to get back on here, get your parents back on here if you want. Maybe they have more questions, but we will have our billing and our financial aid director on here to go through those processes and answer some questions.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, again, Colby, Gunnar, Parker, Tristan for tuning in. Again, check out your housing assignments. If you're on the Beloit campus on your Techno, be watching My Trail. If you have any questions, because I know as soon as I log off, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, there's 3 other things I should have told you about.
I do have one question.
Go for it, Colby.
I'm living off campus, but you said all the students on campus were going to get their books, go through that whole streamlined process that same day. Would I go through that same process, even though I'm not living in the dorms?
Good question.
Absolutely, you could. Absolutely. If you wanted to on that Saturday, you can. If not, you could also do it within that first day of school. The books will be more than likely, I'm going to guess, in my office or the student union area, that we could, if you swung by, we can get you your books if you haven't shipped here. Yeah, check in, make sure your bill is paid, you're all good. You can do that the first day. It might be easiest if you're in Beloit already, moved in off campus, swing by the student union. We can definitely take care of you then too.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. You have a house already, Colby? You're set off campus?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right. All right, so like I was saying, yep, be checking email, check My Trail, check your Techno. I think you'll be set then for now. Again, My Trail, probably a really good way to, if you get off here and you've got several questions or one question, whatever, hit me up on My Trail. You can direct message me on there. Again, Trisha Klein is on here, Jamie Owens on here. We can message in My Trail and we'll get right to you. So, all right. Well, you guys have a great rest of your summer and we will see you in about a month and a half.